Well, I wrote the book because at a young age I was living in a very boring town, suburban town called Morden, which in the book is renamed Borden for obvious reasons, and it was just very conservative, very boring, not multicultural at all. Everyone was expected to just kind of go through the machine of, you know, work, school, marriage, death, you know, have a few kids in the middle. And I just had this really strong feeling there was more to life than this. It just really didn't appeal to me. And lucky me, because punk came along and encouraged the beginner, you know, the novice, to get creative, to sing even if you couldn't sing, to pick up a guitar even if you didn't know one end from the next. So I really enjoyed being able to explore my creativity within the punk movement. We were seeing people, the first wave of punk, when I was very young, seeing people in the bin bags with the coloured hair and the badges and all the rest of it, and this real impact that they made. And this wow kind of wake up, you know, I'm not the round peg, you know, I'm the square peg, and identifying with being that square peg and wondering where I fitted. And then suddenly here was this whole avenue, and you could just feel the vibe of it. It was just incredibly exciting to me, and I wanted to be part of it. As a female, it was still a hangover from the 1970s, which were incredibly sexist. And one of the things that the book does highlight is the male predatory, you know, fighting my way through a lot of male predators. In a way, the punk clothing and the hair, the piercings, was a suit of armour, because it did keep away a certain amount of undesirables. However, it did seem to attract a new lot of undesirables. Women didn't particularly have a big voice at the time still. And to be able to see people like Polystyrene and Susie Sue getting on stage and just belting out numbers and with conviction, and not being girly, and being able to see that kind of aggression and anger and passion. I met Reckless Eric along the way, and again, not having much keyboard playing ability, suddenly I was encouraged to join a band, and I just let myself down with my own lack of confidence. But you know, he would have been quite happy to keep me. I met you know, a lot of very encouraging people who were just kind of, you know, saying do what you do, just keep going. Being in the Lost Cherries and writing to other people who were starting bands inspired by us or other punk bands. If you look through the photos, you'll see handmade flyers. Nobody does that anymore. You know, they don't get a biro or a marker pen and do a flyer. Everything has to be kind of like perfect these days.